Mochi. Hi, how's it going? Rachel from Femme. Today is just a Friday live, and I'm actually working on some other sheaths, and I'll be here to talk. Noah, hello. How does it go? Did I line that up right? Oh boy, I forgot what side. Oh, there we go. I think that's the side. Oh boy, I don't remember what side I was working on now. Oh, SpaghettiOs. Let's look at this. Was I doing it upside down? I probably was. Yeah, I was. Today is just one of those days. Yeah, I think that's actually what I was doing. Anyways, how's my day? My day goes. It's been interesting to put it lightly. Just one of them days where I can't talk right, and I got the dropsies and the oopsies, and it's 50. I think it's 54 degrees outside, and if that's the case, that's pretty dang cool. I'm into that. I think tomorrow's going to be like the mid 40s too, so I'm pretty stoked on that as well. And I think I'm penciling in Friday 2 to 4 p.m. is my like official one, at least one day a week. I think Sunday. I think it's gonna be like Sunday, maybe Wednesday and Friday are gonna be the days I go live. And I think Friday at 2 is gonna be my next go-to. Okay, gotta remember you go on that side. Okay, and yeah, so this will be like I guess my first time really making sure. Like I've done mostly 2 o'clock anyway, but yeah, I put it in my description now. So apparently it's in the books now that it's in the description, right? Okay. Right now I'm making a sheath for a couple of knives. Well, this is only one right now, but I'm making a couple of sheaths. Actually, I'll show you. This is one of the knives right here, actually. Little kiradashi, like Japanese inspired. I call them end cuts. I don't know if you've ever seen these before or not. But yes, it is nice. Yeah, like I said, I think it's like 54 today. And it was actually surprisingly, this morning was cold. And I didn't expect it to be that chilly with how warm it was going to be today. And last night, oh my God, last night was so cold. Like, oh my gosh. One of those where like the blankets and everything and extra layers and you're still cold. That was last night. And then today it is like just that amazing spring afternoon that you just love when it comes about, like after a cold winter. That's what it is like right now. Like you might even be able to see some of the sunlight. It's glorious. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I made that out of a file some time ago. Like I think I made it last year actually. Thank you, Facebook Time Machine or whatever they call it. I made this one 8 years ago. This one's made out of a farrier's rasp. It's got that cool diamond pattern on it. This is also getting a sheath though as well. I call it like my chameleon tail. Chameleon gecko. I don't remember what lizard is the one that has that like curly tail, but that was my idea behind it. All right. So let's get back to putting some holes in the leather. I gotta line it back up. There's a lot better ways of doing this. And yeah. This is like turning into almost, yeah, okay. I scrapped that. Okay. I think I'm done touching leather today. My lines on my piece, like, instead of going like straight, they were like kind of going like that. Oh boy, it's one of them days. Yep. So how are you? I'm just gonna hang out and chill and talk, and that's it. And yeah, I don't think I have anything else that I made from. I mean, I have something that is made from a rasp. Oh, right here, actually. Hang on, let me smack the dirt off it a little bit, or dust, whatever you want to call it. But this is made after like a Southeast Asian parang style, and that has that diamond pattern where I ground off the teeth, and this side has the file side of the rasp. And actually, I'm gonna clean this one today with some Barkeeper's Friend. That is like one of the greatest cleaners I have ever used. Actually, I might even make a video. I took some pictures of this behemoth. I actually left this out in the snow, and I found it because I couldn't find it. I was sitting out here, and I'm just like, I have this huge knife. I can't find it. I'm always like showing it on screen and like pointing at stuff and couldn't find it. Well, the snow melted and it was under the snow. And I was just like, oh, like one of those moments. But this one I actually forged from a file. And I like how like around where my stamp is, you can see like a little bit of file mark. And then on this side, you can see like a lot of it. But anyway, so I, like I said, it had the, like, it was like spotted rust. And it was just like, oh man, like I'm a nerd. So I decided to take Barkeeper's Friend to it, which is amazing for cleaning a lot of things apparently. And I took it to this and I started cleaning it and the rust just started coming off. And now it's all nice and shiny again, ready to take on trees and limbs all summer long. Actually, this is one right here. This is not that, obviously, but this is a knife that I'm working on. This is going to be a Bowie knife. And I'm going to, like you can see, like right now, it's really got a thick spine on it. But I think I'm going to make the spine closer to this thickness. Like you can see how they're significantly different. This one I think is like 3/16. I'm going to get closer to that thickness, like I said. And this one right now is like 5/16 or so. And I'm gonna make it like both taller, and then I'm gonna stretch it out both ways and make the tang a little bit longer, and I'm gonna bring the profile out further this way. And my overall goal with it is it's I don't actually know if they're called this, but I've heard people call them like a gentleman's Bowie or a vest Bowie, and like the whole idea behind it, or as I understand it, is the guys in the Old West would have like a Bowie knife of sorts, and it would like sit like right here in their front vest pocket or like on their side, depending on whatever hand it was, so I could like like reach inside and grab it. But I guess they call them gentleman Bowie because they were not gigantors, but they were still very much so an effective tool when the time arose. And let's make sure you're tight. Yeah, whatever. I don't need to be touching razor blades right now anyway. I'm just like messing everything up. But yeah, I want to have like, it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a hidden tank. So I want to have like a guard on it. And I want to do it with wrought iron. But the guard, I don't want it to be like some Bowies can get like that real big like S thing going. I want mine to be like a little bit, well, like you see like how wide this is. And I want it to only be, I don't have anything to show you. Oh yeah, actually I do right here. It'd be kind of like, maybe like the width of this block, how far you see that extending on both sides, like just a little bit, and it'll have like a kind of like, I can't remember what they call that pattern, but it'll go out, it'll swoop out like that. It'll be like a swoopy pattern. There you go. That's what we're calling it today. But that's my idea behind it. And the handle, I think, is going to be, and oh, thank you, by the way, Noah. And the handle, I'm thinking, because I brought some woods out last night to talk about it, and this is Japanese cherry blossom. And it's very blonde, or it's almost white actually, but it's got like really cool grains. Let's turn the light on. And the reason I'm choosing, or I think I'm going to go with lighter colored woods, is the guy that commissioned this, he wants this particular design carved into the handle, and he wants it to be either purple or green. I've got purple, so that's what I'm going to use. And he's cool with that, so I'm pretty excited. But I think it will show up good on like a more like white color, or like like where's that piece of ash? Right here. Or like here, I'll show that. It doesn't matter what side. Or like this piece of ash right here. Oh, it's got the saw marks. And then I think this could be kind of cool for that. And then when I do the finishing oil and stuff, it'll be closer to this color. This is actually from the same trees in my dad's backyard. It's all ash. And when you get it hit with the finishing oil, it can darken it up a little bit, and that's why this one's got that little bit of yellow hue to it. Is boiled linseed oil is like a deep amber color, and it'll darken the wood up. So that's what's going on with this one right here, and like my outlook on how things are going to go. But I also this was a particularly cool option right here. This is Osage orange or Boda Arc, hedge apple, depending on where you are. I've heard it called other names. But it's got that really nice yellow, and purple and yellow are contrasting colors, and I think that could be kind of cool with this as well. I'm not sold yet, but this I think could be a cool option. Either way, I'm going to do some scorching on the handle to give it just, well, my vibe to it, I guess you could say. But where's the other ones? Because this was one that came to mind as well, and this is African pink ivory wood, and it's actually hard to come by this wood in general. And so this is a possibility. And where's my other one? This is just a walnut right here, but I actually do love walnut a whole lot, and I love the grains on this. And the cool thing about walnut is it can get into like purple, like really nice purples in it. And then the last one I was looking at was a Bolivian rosewood. I am a fan of pretty much all rosewoods I've ever come across, and this one is no different than the rest. Very nice piece of wood, to say the very least, and heavy. Man, these things are heavy. And I mean, South America and Africa have some very hard, dense woods, and I'm lucky enough to have some. So I'm pretty excited about using something fun. And there's some people that are really into like exotics and dyed and stabilized, and those are cool for their own right. Don't get me wrong. But I'm a big fan of natural colored wood. And I also like to use a lot of like American woods, I should say, given the choice. I love using oak. I actually might use oak on that handle even. Time will tell, but I think that one's in the running at minimum. I'll say that. Or like a two-tone option like this, where it could be like the walnut piece, like the guard, and then like a spacer, and then the walnut, and then the rest of the handle. But there'd be like layers between the spacers, and the walnut would be much thinner piece. And it's all just the sky really is the limit when it comes to that aspect. So yeah, that's where I'm at with things. I'm actually just gonna clean my leather up and put that on top of my wood stack right there, so I don't ruin any more pieces like I just did. And then just throw the tools over there, and I'm just gonna I'm gonna light a new cigar. And then I'm gonna finish that one. Let's see which one I got out here. I think I'm gonna smoke a vanilla one. So some people, a vanilla cigar is sacrilege. I'm a big fan of flavored cigars, though, or infused, whatever you guys want to call them, or whatever they call them these days, I should say. I actually had the crazy idea to start foraging, but I don't think I should forge anything. I am much too clumsy. That tastes good. That thing needs to rest a little more. The vanillas need to rest a little more with this. That's actually a pretty good vanilla for what it is. What do you guys got going on for the weekend? I know me, I got family coming over. I'm pretty excited about that. I got to do some arranging and whatnot. And I think I'm doing another purge and doing a lot more donations. I don't know about you guys, but that is a wonderful feeling to go through the house, like one room at a time is how I'm doing it, and just seeing what I have and what I can do without, and then donating it. I'm turning my head like I got a microphone on, like you guys can't hear everything I'm saying. Oh boy. One of those days, like I said. Okay, I'm actually live on Rumble, but we're going to end that stream. And we're going to let's try TikTok. I know they love when I smoke on screen. They get very offended by that. But I can show big giant knives. Oh, all right. Thank you, Riley. Okay, let's go live. Yeah, why not? We'll just call it that. All right, now I gotta move the cameras a little bit. Otherwise, they're looking at my table. Advice. Okay, let's try that. Let's see what that's all about. Where are you guys from, by the way? I'm Rachel. I'm out of Detroit. This is Femme. This is just a Friday thing I'm gonna start making. I think every Friday, just kind of like a weekend review, the rewind. I got cowlicks that go crazy on me. That'll be good enough. But I think I'm gonna start making this like my Friday 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And this is where I'm at. One more talk. We'll talk all things knives. We'll talk. Not going to touch leather stuff. We'll be talking knife handle materials, like some fun woods like these. Just all kinds of stuff. That's what we're going to be talking. Knives I have made, knives that need sheaths, knife theory. I don't even know what that is, but no, we're not going to be talking about that. And no, that's just what my Friday is going to be. Hey, Mochi girl. Come here, pup. Come on. I ain't got no treats, so I get no love, right? Come on, girl. Come here. Hi, puppy. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see my little shop dog. There she is. Mochi, come here. Hey, girl. Mochi, can you come here? Up. Nope, no snacks. I get no love. She's hungry anyways. Oh, yeah, it's kind of close to her feeding time. And then she'll do those little yips, but she actually doesn't know what she's barking at, I don't think. I think she's just kind of like on patrol in the yard right now. And she's just standing like out, just outside my door. And she's just kind of like surveying the whole yard right now. The little Japanese dog is surveying the American lands. She's actually a pretty good little watchdog. Actually, when we got her 2 years ago, and she didn't bark. Like when we asked the people that we got her from if she barked, they were like, no, she doesn't bark. Well, it turned out to be pretty true. She didn't at all. And when she learned how to bark or realized she had to bark or whatever it was, her little bark actually was like a baby bark that was still maturing. And now she has as big of a bark as it's going to be. And it sounds like a tiny little yippy dog. It's actually kind of funny. Oh, hey guys. I'm Rachel. This is my Femme live, and it's Friday, and this will be my 2 to 4 p.m. time slot, I think, from here on out. Every Friday, tune in. Let's just talk about knives, knife tools, other tools. Like I said, I make knives, and this is actually another knife I've made. This is my kindling splitter, and this is actually one I am working on. This is one I forged from a Nicholson file. It's going to be a Bowie, or as some call it, like a gentleman's Bowie or a vest Bowie. It'll sit right in their vest or on their side. At least that was how it's carried traditionally. So that's going to be pretty fun. I got it forged about to the halfway point, and where it sits, I'm going to make it a little bit taller, and then I want to drag this out a little bit this way, and then I want to drag it out a little bit that way. And then this will be, something, it'll be kind of along the lines of this, but it won't have the swedge right here, a harpoon point or however you want to call it. It will have that overall flowing shape though. It will have that nice swooping at top, and then it will have a bit of recurve on it like this one has, but it won't have quite the upswept look right here. It'll actually come down a little bit more drop point, if you will. And that's the plans for this guy. And I will not be forging on it today, but I might forge tomorrow. And if I do, I might even go live while I do it. I think that'd be a fun thing to do on Saturday. If you guys are interested, throw some ones in the comments, throw me some likes, and tell me if you guys would be interested in watching some live forging. It's actually the first knife I've forged in a very long time, so there will be lots of mistakes made. You guys will get a kick out of me dropping the knife, and yeah, it'll just be fun, and I'll be running my coal forge, and my little Shiba Inu will be running around space. It'll be a good time. All right. And we're going to kick this off. We're going to go over to Instagram. Wherever Instagram is. Come on. Okay. Usually as soon as TikTok zings me for smoking, I'm out. I don't know what it is with them, man. They hate smoking under all pretenses. Let's just call this Friday Live. I need to have a name for it, I feel, but I don't have one worked out for it just yet. Oh, there we go. Now we're live. Oh, hey guys. Oh, no, it says do it. Yeah, I'm not sure what time. I know, like I said, I got family coming over, so I gotta figure out a time. I think I'll do a thumbnail thing or whatever, a schedule, let you guys know I'm going live. And that would be pretty rad. It all depends on the weather too, if it's raining, because my forge is actually outside in the backyard. So we shall see where that goes. But yeah, I think that would be pretty rad to say the very least. What time is it? Yeah, 3:20. I'm gonna try and make it till 4 to see what else I can babble and ramble about. Hoviman on Instagram. Hello. Hope I said your name right. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. Oh, there we go. Actually, if I go live tomorrow for forging that, I should probably even work on my guard, which means I need to get a piece of wrought iron picked out. Let's actually see what I got. I got a bunch right here in this bucket. Oh, there's my leather needle. I like that. No, that's not good. I actually need that. I don't need that, but I do need. Actually, I'm gonna keep that all together. Be easier to see. Okay, let's see. I'll put you over there. Get my. I'll use that to set things on, I think. Let's see. I think I might make it from this piece right here. Maybe. There's one piece of wrought iron. Do I have more in that? I do. That actually might be the more appropriate size. I think that's wrought iron too, actually. I got stuck on something in there. Yeah, these will be a much better choice. Okay, lots of wrought iron. Oh, I wonder if I have it to show. I do, yeah. So last night I was talking about, or was it last night? I was talking about wrought iron and how you can tell if it's wrought versus from regular steel. Where'd my wire brush go? Oh. But some people will actually call a wrought iron wood steel. Oh, it's over here. That's right. I moved over here. They'll call it wood steel because it can actually have like a wood grain appearance depending on the quality. And with wrought, I believe how quality goes is the tighter the grain, the finer the quality. Let's just get a little bit of this brushed off. And I actually encourage this with some acid. That's a way to distress it and get like a really cool look going on it. You can see how it's got that green in there. And like I said, some people, that's why they'll call it wood steel. That's a big piece of wrought. I got that from a big chain link like this big. And then do these have, oh yeah, they got some. Let me see if I can wire brush that out a little bit. These have been heated up too, so you can't see as well. I was getting them warm and straightening them out, or hot and straightening them out. And this chain that I got here is actually, I think, like a lower quality wrought for its time because it's got pretty distinct grains in it. It's a little hard to tell, but the grains on this are actually a little bit more distinct than on the piece I just showed, the big piece. And oh, so rusty. But anyway, yeah, that's part of telling the quality. You can only do it by etching it in some kind of acid to like bring the grains out. Got that back on my tongue. But yeah, it's I think that's going to be what I make my guard out of, is one of these pieces right here. It's more appropriately sized. And that actually has something stamped in it. I wonder what was stamped in it. Never even noticed that before. How far out? But yeah, this will be some fun stuff to work with. And the thing about wrought is it works much different than steel does. And you got to work it at a much higher temperature without destroying it, because steel will start sparking like a sparkler, and that's when you're like burning the carbon out of it, and it actually cause like damage to the steel. And wrought is like the carbon content on it is so low that if I take it to a grinder, you can like a few sparks. But if I took like a file to a grinder, it'll be like sparklers. Like it's like all over the place. And that's actually a way you can tell what kind of steel you have and if it's knife quality or not. is by the sparks. And in the knife world, they'll call it spark testing. I got dirt on my face. Well, but they call it spark testing. There's spark testing and snap testing. And yep, spark testing is one of the more neat things. One of the cool little things you tune your eye to. Yep. That's pretty cool. I got the stuff laid out for tomorrow. And if I do go live, I'll do probably try some hot fitting of the guard to the knife, which obviously it won't be that big, but a portion of it will be there, and it will be the guard, and it will stick out. I only want it to be, I don't know, just a little bit wider than the blade, not by much. I don't want it to be too, chaotic or crazy or anything like that. I want it to be quite sleek, but with enough guard on it. And the handle shape I'm going for is, they call it coffin handle, and that's going to be the size of our style. And they started getting into it's kind of a wasteland style where they were making them with the wrought iron, and they were distressing it really well, and someone put some like different kinds of stampings in it and whatnot, and just to give it that like almost tribal looking vibe. And the guy that commissioned it, he's into stuff like that, kind of like darker stuff, dystopian a little bit. So I think that would be pretty cool to do for him if I could get it to come around. All right, so what time is it? Not 3:30. I've actually thought about, because I'm going to replace the handle on this, or I'm at least going to cut it down and put it back on. But I've actually thought about putting a guard on this to get that more, Bowie vibe. And I'm still a little torn if I'm going to or not. I don't like so far how the handle comes all the way to like the choil. It just to me looks kind of wonky. Some people like it. For me, it's not working, at least not on this piece. It makes it look, I don't know, just not nice, not aesthetically appealing at least. But I mean, it's a big crazy knife, and big crazy knives are big crazy fun. So I don't know, it's where I'm at on the great scheme of things, and it's fun to make big crazy knives. Like this big crazy thing that I'm actually going to clean after I get out of here and make this not so like rusty and whatnot. It's got rust all over it. I have used this for years for cutting limbs I can't reach, and it's just a big crazy thing to do yard maintenance with. And yeah, my neighbors have gone out of their way to not acknowledge that we have gigantic swords in our yard. It's actually kind of funny. They're an interesting duo, to say the very least. But I don't know, maybe someday we'll get more acquainted and we'll make a knife together or something. I think that would be pretty dang cool, like a neighborly bonding type thing. To everybody that just showed up, I'm Rachel. This is Femme, and I am just talking knives today. This is a knife that I have made from a file. You can see the teeth marks on it there, and on the back side of it. And repurposing is just my vibe. It's what I like to do, make them out of old hand files is my favorite. And then I have some brush hog blades that are really tough steel. And then like this right here is old chain link. This is actually wrought iron though. And I will be making a guard for this that was forged out of a file. This is going to be a Bowie that's going to have a similar shape to this one. Not quite like this. This is a much more modern version, but it will have a lot of aspects of this. And this is what I forged it out to thus far. And like I said, I'm gonna be drawing the tang out a little bit, and then I'm gonna draw the profile out. And yeah, that's gonna be having a rock guard. And I'm not quite sure what kind of handle, but it will be a wood handle. That I do know. Mochi, what are you doing, girl? Come here. Come on. Come here. Hi. Come here. Up. Come on, up. Good girl. You guys see her? That's my Mochi dog. Here, I'll turn the camera just a little bit. There she is. Mochi Mo. Hi, pup. Doing her little Shiba shake. This silly little dog. She's been out here watching our yard like a hawk. Just on guard, making sure whatever comes in the yard thinks twice. Ain't that right, pup? I gotta get some treats out here for you. I used to have some and you ate them all. Could actually, let me see if I can get her to do it. Come here, Mochi. Mochi, Come on, girl. Let's see if I can get her to do some tricks. Come here, pup. Come here. Can you walk? Walk. Good girl. Down. Can you spin? Spin? I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but she did a spin and a walk. Good girl. I ain't got no treats though. I have to give you some when I go inside. But yeah, she can do a lot of tricks. She came installed with them, and we didn't actually know it when we got her that she could do them all. We kind of just learned as we were going along, and we learned like she can sit, she can stay if she chooses to stay. Shibas are not known to stay very well. It's not their vibe. They're very independent, extremely intelligent. I had a border collie before her, and border collies are smart. They're stubborn. Shiba Inu are, in my opinion, more intelligent and downright defiant. It's wild how they just will look at you and walk right away, or they'll be sitting with their back to you, and their ears will like turn. They turn like satellite dishes. It's crazy, and she'll like turn like one towards you, and then she'll ignore you completely. We got Theodorable12 on Instagram. Hey, how's it going today on this fantastically sunny afternoon in my neck of the woods? Sitting at I think it's about 54 degrees, and it's our first warm day in quite a while. I am absolutely loving it. How are you this afternoon? Need to open that door some more, get some more air. Okay, that'll work. Just all kinds of fresh air coming in. Oh yeah, since you just showed up, I'll be talking about this. This is a Bowie knife I've been working on. I forged this from a file. And this is going to be more along the lines of something along this shape. It's not going to have like the modern little harpoon point right here, back swedge, but it is going to have some aesthetics. Like it's going to have the drop point here. It's going to have the recurve here, but it won't have like such an upsweeping belly to point, but it will still have like, well, it'll be a Bowie. Bowies are Bowies at the end of the day. Okay, and Theodora says, pretty good, pretty good. We used to work at Lowe's together. We did? Let me see your picture. I can't see your picture. Oh my gosh, Theo, Teddy, I know who you are. Hey girl, what's up? Been a long, long time. Well, you see, I make knives now. Actually, well, rather, I'm going to put this away because I don't need that out anymore. I think I'm going to keep these. Minimum this one. I'll keep these two. Let's try those. Yeah. Oh, you saw. That's really cool that you saw the episode I was on. Yeah, that was some time ago. It was a lot of fun. It was really it was cool. That's all I can say. It was very cool. But that's super cool. You got to see it. I heard you moved to mid-Michigan. If I recall, it's actually I think where I grew up going up north. But no, nonetheless, still very cool to see you. Well, talk to you. Whatever. How has life been treating you? Yeah, I'm going to put this up here. I'm going to put this up too. I ain't touching no more leather today. I already ruined half the stuff I was working on. I'm going to fill my water again. And I am burning through water today like it's going out of style. Okay. It's actually kind of funny you're on right now, Courtney, because yesterday my girlfriend and I, we were just talking about Lake Erie Mercantile, which was owned by Becky's mom. And my girlfriend's in the sewing, and she used to we used to go to Monroe to get fabric from her because she had basically the best stuff I had ever seen, and it was just she had like Beatles lyrics and everything. But yeah, we were just talking about Mrs. Buick yesterday. Glad to be back in this area. Life is good. Doing all kinds of stuff for work. I'm a manager. No kidding. That is very cool. That is very cool. You have like expanded immensely. That is rad. I haven't been out to Dundee in a while. I've been meaning to go out there actually to Cabela's. It's been so long since I've been there, and been waiting basically for it to warm up, and that's probably in the near future. But yeah, yes, it's small world that you just pop in after yesterday. Like I said, we were talking about them, and crazy how that works, ain't it? To say the very least. Mochi. No, she's off chasing something. They have one in Dundee? I did not know that. Dundee's turned into a pretty neat little town, too. I'll have to keep that in mind. Huh. That would be really cool to see you. I told my girlfriend about this rad chick that hunts and everything. And you, obviously. And that'd be really cool. I can't wait to tell her I talked to you, actually. I was telling her how you and Miss Buick were like two of my favorite people I work with there. Oh my God, what am I thinking? I just called her Becky. Abby. Oh my gosh, I don't even know who Becky is. I feel like such a nerd. Yeah, Abby. God, today I am having quite a day, let me tell you. I shouldn't be even live right now. Like one of the things I was working on, like I completely ruined it. So I'm just sitting here and just talking and smoking my cigar, listening to my dog bark. Yeah, I haven't talked to her either. I think she got married. Pretty sure she did. Yeah, it's the last I knew though. I'd love to run into her again. I just what a rad chick, Over here on YouTube, they say hello. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Yeah, it's Seed Videolar. If I said that wrong, I apologize. But hi, how's it going? Oh man, that is a very interesting name. Oh man. You don't understand me. I'm sorry. I only speak English. I don't speak Spanish. Oh, you're not even okay. Yeah, I don't speak Turkish. Nope. I'm live on two separate things right now. So if I'm saying something that sounds completely insane, it's because I'm also live over here. Same, probably pick right up where we left off. She's very intelligent, always good to chat with. That chick, she is like one of the most personable people I have ever met. Like, I don't think anybody is a stranger with her for very long. She just has just charisma for days. And I remember she actually read my tarot one time when we went out to Monroe, downtown Monroe. We were just hanging out. It was really cool. It was a lot of fun. We went to the 129 Martini Lounge, and the bartender that was working that day was a guy I was real cool with. This guy Matt, and it was just awesome day. And I was just like, this chick is freaking rad. It's hard to believe she came from a country town. She just seems like such a big city kind of girl. But yeah, I'm really happy I got to share that part of my past with you guys. It was great to meet both of you for sure. Actually, if you look behind me, above that blanket, that steel bar on the wall, that was actually the untestable knife sword thing I made on Forged in Fire. I got to take it home. Well, they sent it to me in the mail, but that's it on my back wall from my days in Forged in Fire. And actually, this is not from the show, but this is the real version of what they wanted us to make, called the Kachin Dao from Burma, Myanmar, whatever you want to call it, Myanmar. But this is the real version. It's a real Kachin Dao. I love this thing. I actually have used it for like trimming branches and stuff. I just have this thing where I want to use obnoxiously sized blades to trim branches in my yard and in the alley and stuff. And like my neighbors they've never been friendly towards us really in the alley. So I don't care if they get upset about it. But yeah, it's a lot of fun to swing gigantic blades around the yard. What else has been up in your world? Cool to see you're back in Dundee. So, funny story you ask about that. Yes, I have. And I did a big one once. I can't remember what it's called right now. I think they're actually called the Maker's Market. Like I've not done it at like a farmer's market, but I have been thinking about trying like Farmington, Detroit Easter Market, stuff like that this year. But I did try one and it was in Woodhaven and it was supposed to be like really nice weather with a chance of like rain. And it like a really crazy storm came in to the point where like everybody left, like all the customers left completely. And like everybody started like packing up stuff to leave and some people were able to get out of there on time and we were trying to stick it out and this storm came in, the sky started turning colors and it was getting really bad and the winds were picking up. We actually like lowered our tent down, we were hanging on to it. It was just completely ridiculous. But yeah, I do want to try markets again. I just hope there's not a storm this time. Yeah, that was really quite an interesting moment. Over on YouTube, we got Plasma Zombie asking me to say weird words. They ask the strangest stuff on YouTube. Dennis Holtzman says, where are you from? Detroit. Tell him you're from Detroit. I don't know if you guys ever heard that song, but that was when I was a kid. There was a talk show. I think it was Detroit AM is what it was called. And the jingle was, tell them you're from Detroit. Oh, Plasma Zombie's trying to egg me on. No, I don't need likes that bad. Paul B, I'm going to say that you are from Georgia and you are a bladesmith. How's my aim? Mr. Holtzman is from France. Au revoir. I don't know how to talk French. Actually, I took French when I was in junior high, and I had a very interesting teacher who learned French in World War II. He was a teacher from World War II. He was about to retire. Very interesting guy, Mr. Paul Hamas. I'll never forget him. Very interesting man, to say the very least. What's my dog doing? She got quiet. She's like a small child. When they get quiet, you gotta know where they are. Moat! What are you doing, critter? You're probably just laying in the sun, aren't you? Where'd you go? Oh, you ran right outside the door. All right, that's fair. Roar. Paul B says, no, I'm from Cleveland, just a fan, but we have spoke one night and you were telling me about a motorcycle ride in Cleveland. That was not me. That was actually my ex-girlfriend, where someone jumped on the back of her motorcycle on her way to work at the Cleveland Clinic. Yes, that did happen. It was right off the highway, like one traffic light up from, I can't remember the exit now, Euclid Street or something like that. Yeah, that was kind of a wild situation. A girl just came running up and hopped on the back of her bike and wrapped her arms around her and tried getting her to run the red light and go on a crazy ride through the city. Courtney says, no, up in the UP, we had a jingle for the beer man delivery guy that's stuck in my head, though. 256-2337. 256 beer. Beer, man. I don't know how to say it. That's funny. That is such a Uper thing. That is like Uper to the core. That is hilarious. Noah Thompson says that's wild. Yeah, it actually, yep, that was a wild story to hear about when she got home from work. And it was on her way into work and not out. So she had to go to work feeling rather violated with the crazy person that jumped on the back of her bike. Enjoy your trip to the store. Now I got that beer run. Was it BWRUN beer run? I got that stuck in my head now. That's so funny that was like kind of the melody. I miss going to the UP. My family lives in Munising and Marquette now. Like they've gone both ways. Man, I used to love going up there with them, all the waterfalls and stuff. And I didn't know this because they used to take us to like all these really cool waterfalls. And the ones that they were taking us to, which I thought were incredible, are not on like the tour guide waterfall maps. And when I found out the ones that they used were for like the waterfall trail, I guess you could say, I was impressed at how underwhelming they were compared to the ones my cousins showed us, which obviously, locals showing us the local spots. And yeah, like, man, these waterfalls were really cool. There's a couple that we could like climb really high up on. That was fun. There was one we probably climbed, I don't know, good 20, 30 feet up. Man, that was a really good summer. Oh, okay, and then Dennis Holtzman over here says, is Detroit in Michigan? Yes, it is. It is in Southeast Michigan. And the city of Detroit is actually, if you look at it from a topographical aspect, is based off of Paris from a topographical aspect. It has basically the same horseshoe road layout. We were the Detroit of the Midwest. And if you look up the architecture in Detroit, we have a lot of French Renaissance, especially in the, Ferry Historic District and Brush Park Historic District. They're like right by each other. A lot of the mansions are gone now, but they were really something in their time, to say the very least. It's actually starting to get a little cold out there. I didn't expect that for being 50-something degrees. It's almost 60 inside here in the shop. Huh. Actually, I'm going to try something while I'm in here. Let's see. Because I have some agates. And I think I do have them right here. I'm going to try and see if I'm going to put safety glasses on for this one. I ain't trying to catch a rock in my eye, that's for sure. And, all right, we're good. Let's see. Okay, so this is a piece of orange agate. And these things got something on the lens. Hard to see it for sure. Let's see. I'm going to try and... I don't really know what I'm doing when it comes to stone napping, flint napping, whatever you want to call it. Okay, Paul says back. Hello. That was a really quick trip to the store. You live like right next door. And Courtney says, yeah, so much to see that is not well known to tourists. If you ever go back, ask me to send you this cool spot I know. I'll send you a pin to something you would love to see. Yeah, that would be right. Actually, I want to go to Escanaba this year. I have a knife making friend. He has like a thing every year where they calls it a grind in, where you get to go up there and get to make really awesome knives. It's like a whole big knife meet and greet. And yeah, but he's up in Escanaba, and yeah, that's one of the places I want to go. Let's see if I can break off a flake, which, like I said, I don't know what I'm doing. I've just seen it done. Supposed to be able to break it off. I'm obviously not having any luck with it, but it is what it is. When you lived up there, where did you live anyway? Were you like Munising or Marquette? Like most people I know are like Munising, Marquette, or well, Escanaba, or Iron Mountain, which is like that is like one of the coolest little towns I have ever seen before. I think it's called Iron Mountain. Iron River? Might be Iron River. Iron something. But it's like I think it's a little west of Escanaba, but it is like they kept all the old world architecture and stuff. And it just looks like it'd be one cool place in the summer. Ironwood? Might be Ironwood. Oh boy, I'm just gonna start making stuff up as it goes. Oh boy. Not gotten it to break, but I've seen people make things out of orange agate. I've just never made anything out of really anything. I think I made something out of obsidian. I don't have any of that. Not within arm's reach, at least. I don't think I have any in here anymore. The house I live at, when we moved in, they had tons of obsidian. And I don't know why. The lady, she was just really into rocks, I guess. And that was one of the things that she was into. And it was called snowflake obsidian, which has like fossils in it. So it was pretty neat. And I didn't know what I was doing. But it was fun for what it was. I did make a couple arrowheads, actually. 20 minutes south of Sault Ste. Marie, Red. We are a farming town, flat and hayfields. Okay. I mean, that's really far north. Holy cow. That's like Copper Harbor, I think. I had a friend that went up there and said Copper Harbor is absolutely worth the drive. I've never been, but what's that place called? Orhenge, I think people call it. Where like the things come out and like dump into the ships. And I have looked at pictures online where people have got it where like the sun sets and you can see it like perfectly through the tunnel of it. I don't actually know what the thing is called. I just know it as like Orhenge. But supposedly it was made to where on like the spring equinox or something, it like lines up perfectly with the sun. Wild to say the very least. Wait, so being from the UP and having the fantastically blonde hair that you have, are you Finnish? My sister has like the same color hair as you. You guys are kind of like some of the very few I've ever known that have had that hair color outside of a kid I grew up playing soccer with, and he is Norwegian, which I know there's a lot of Norwegians up there, or some. I don't know about a lot, but some. Oh, 5 more minutes. Hey, Mochi Mo. Mochi. Hey, what are you doing? What's your dirt face? Mochi. Come on. No? All right. Dutch. I never would have guessed that. I got scolded by a French Canadian named Jérôme. He was very upset with me. It was at a show I was at in Grand Rapids. And he's French, Canadian, and Finnish. And he was from the UP. And I am Polish, Irish, and Scottish. That is my ethnicities. Actually, my uncle on my dad's side, that's where the Scottish DNA comes from. He used to be in the pipe and drum corps. It was really cool to go to the like Scottish festivals and stuff. He used to do the Renaissance Festival too, the Highlander weekend when they do like the Scottish heavy games. That was so much fun. I really miss doing that. And like they would, do like their marching and all that stuff. It was just so cool to see him out there. It's kind of wild with Instagram because there's like an actual lag between replies from you and me. So like I'll be saying something and it takes like I think there's like a 30-second lag or like 20-second lag from the time I say something till you hear it and you respond to me. So like when I talk, I just have to like go quiet, just like wait for the response. So I just kind of sit here. Okay, it is almost 4 o'clock. Miss Courtney, it was absolutely fantastic catching up with you. Honestly, it was. And when I go out to Dundee, I will look for the place that you suggested I look for. And it'd be great to see you for sure. And I hope you have a fantastic weekend. And it is Friday, so let's have a great weekend. And if you're bartending tonight, I hope you kill it in sales. I miss bartending. That was a lot of fun. That was one of my favorite jobs I ever had. It was just so alive and electric. But I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Glad you're back downstate. Cheers. And for you guys too. See y'all later.